So, this Frankie-flow from the Flow Show. I'm from New York City. I am 53 years old. I'm currently a professional independent wrestler, NBC competitor in bodybuilding, podcast host, and trainer, promoter, you name it. I'm pretty much trying to do everything. Um, so let's get into it. The world by now, everybody knows about Leaving Neverland. Everybody knows this horrific story, this graphic, pornographic images they put in your head during the airing of Leaving Neverland, which was a two-day thing, lasted 4 hours. Probably the worstest 4 hours I've ever wasted on a television program. But me being a Michael Jackson fan, I had to look at it. Um, don't get me wrong. If you can show me complete proof, real proof that Michael was a pedophile, I'll write him off. That's it. I'll write him off. But let's be realistic. Up to this point, nothing. There's nothing but pure allegations and accusations, hearsay, which, unfortunately is not going to hold up in court. They tried it already. Um, First kid, I don't like mentioning names, but the first child involved um, got paid off. Now, it's been proven because there's videos and there's writings and there's facts that Michael regretted ever paying that kid off. He went on a majority vote of his team that told him, pay him off, get it over with. Now, it bothers me that they, who were his his team, who I would say is a team of highly paid, very expensive lawyers and management and everything else, would not have realized that that was a mistake. Once you open the door to Pandora, it is over with. When a man who's generated billions of dollars and is known as the greatest entertainer of all time and is worth $1 billion, did you think, did they not think that that was going to open up the doors to other people to come in later on and accuse him of the same thing? Because they figure I accuse him, he pays me, I walk away. Okay, second time around, again, this time they fought it. They put up criminal charges. First, they put up a civil charge, and then they went criminal charges, which that alone baffles the living hell out of me. I if how can a human being stand there and accuse someone of molesting them or raping them or touching them inappropriately, and the first thing in their mind is, I need to get paid for this? Sounds to me like an escort service type of answer. But that's what it seems to happen. So, first young man gets $22 million, walks away. Evan Chandler, which it is, this we'll say the name. His father Jeremy, who eventually and was proven, there was facts that he set him up. It was all a lie. Videotape, testimonies that it was a lie. They took Michael Jackson for money. That he never hurt his son. And in 2009, committed suicide. His son, Evan, admitted years later that Michael never touched him. But yet the public the media, still insists on it was true. You've got both of them saying it's not true, but they're insisting that it's still true. Even after the kid came out and said, Michael never touched me. Now we've got the Garzinos. Once again, Michael opens the doors up to the entire family. The mother, who sued J.C. Penney for and got paid $152,000, claimed that when she got stopped, when her two sons were stopped for shoplifting, and they took her in, J.C. Penney security, that they molested her, twisted her nipples exactly 25 times, because when you're getting molested, you're actually counting how many times they're twisting your nipple, and sued them for $152,000. The two kids, her two sons, got under oath, got in a chair, and lied in court so their mother can win their case. Okay. Now we get now we get the kid who has the cancer, gets taken in by Michael. Michael treats them and the entire family. Mind you, had the entire family living at the compound. Okay, the entire family was living at the compound. Okay, turns around and say that Michael molested them. Now, all the testimonies, all the videos, again, prove Michael innocent on 12 counts of sexual molestation. Walked away a free man. The FBI, 10 years. Now, the FBI, when they want somebody, they're going to get you. 10 years investigated Michael Jackson. Raided his house 3 times. Took 17 computers. Documents. I mean, there's video on it. Look at my page. I got some video on it. Documented. Again, once again, the FBI. So you got the Garcinos who walked away with nothing. They proved that the mom was a liar. On the stand, she changed the story 4 times. Literally, on the stand, changed the story 4 times. The kid's brother said that he walked in on Michael and his brother while Michael was masturbating him. Mind you, it's been written and it's been known that Michael Jackson had an alarm system that would lead to his bedroom, about 30 feet. How would this kid sneak up on Michael and catch him masturbating him when they've got alarms? Again, all this is documented. There's video proof of it. Yet, the media continues to hound Michael and say that it was true. The prosecutor's evidence didn't hold a single drop of water, enough to even make the jurors, 12 of them, all together said Michael was innocent. They didn't even have enough evidence to prove his guilt, not on one single charge. The only thing they went on was pornography. Now, it's been known in a document, in a video, once again, that the pornography they found was an art book of art, people naked, nude, included children. And the box they found under his mattress was regular porno magazines, Playboy, special edition, stuff that I got under my own bed. Yet the media continued to say he was guilty. Now, and that's just stuff that was just came up, stuff that made it to court. There was plenty of charges. There was plenty of times that they tried to sue Michael, but it never made it to court. 10 years, the FBI found zilch, nothing, nothing. The FBI, if they want somebody, they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. They didn't find anything. Unfortunately, the king of pop dies in 2009. And 10 years after his death, a documentary, which is not a documentary in my eyes, emerges about Wade Robson and James Smallchuck that Michael molested them. Now, here's the story about this. Wade have changed his story 12 times since 2013. Now, up to 2012, 2010, or 2012, Wade has kept his mouth quiet and always said Michael was innocent. Now, let's go to Circle of LA, Michael Jackson tribute in Las Vegas, and he goes up for the part. He goes on before they even gave him the part, before they even gave him the job. He was already telling Art Entertainment Tonight that he was going to be the director and they were going to do this great thing. He jumped the gun. He completely assumed that because he had a friendship with Michael, the family was going to give him the job. They didn't go with him. They went with Jamie King instead. Now, let me go on record. That show done by Jamie King, that was that was horrible. That was they could that looked like an actual circus. Maybe Wade could have done a better job. Wade did know Michael. According to the world, he's known him a lot more than what we think, but he knew Michael. He knew Michael's. He was a professional dancer, and he knew Michael's steps. He knew Michael's way of thinking. He knew. I said I should have gave him the job. So Wade doesn't get the job. He has a nervous breakdown. His own wife tells him, "Fix your life. We're in trouble financially. You're in trouble emotionally. If you get this fixed, or I'm out of here." He has a nervous breakdown and emerges in 2013 with allegations that Michael Jackson molested him from the age of 7 to 14. Now, we go back into those times where Wade, in 1993, took the stand to protect Michael and said Michael never did nothing to him. As a child, in 2003, he takes the stand again at the age of 22 and says, Michael never touched me. He does. He goes in. He's on the stand. He's on interviews. He's on Jimmy Kimmel tonight. He's on all these shows. He always said Michael was innocent. Was always innocent. Doesn't get the job now. Michael's guilty. Between the age of 7 and 18 or 20, he was dating Brandy Jackson. Now people are kind of questioning that, and you know what? They have some kind of a of truth to it because you're right. There is no proof of Michael's niece Brandy and Wade dating besides words. There's no pictures nowhere. Now, mind you, back in those times, the paparazzi didn't care about somebody's niece and nephew. They really wanted the star itself. So why there isn't post pictures about it? You know what? That kind of makes me wonder. Because I mean, it's got to be some kind of picture somewhere. Why they haven't produced it, I don't know. But at the same time, look, if you're willing to take Wade and James' testimony or allegations that Michael's allegedly abused them, then you got to take Brandy's words and say, yeah, they did it. But at the same time, I don't see Wade denying it. I don't see Wade's mother denying it. According to Wade's mother, he should get an Oscar for the lies he did. His own mother's calling him a liar. He lied in 1993. He lied in 2003. He's lying now, allegedly. I don't believe him at all. He stood in court with Michael against the Gavisons and took the stand and saw the other child that allegedly was being molested by Michael, allegedly, and took Michael's side. Now, he said that he didn't realize what molestation was until he saw his own son and how innocent his son was. But what about the little boy that was sitting in front of you in court that was saying that Michael allegedly molested him? Didn't you see that either? So you defended Michael when you're saying that he molested you, but you didn't protect the kid in court when you said Michael was innocent. So that goes to show you what his character right there itself. James Upchuck, Small Chuck, Nunchuck, whatever his name is, waited a year after Wade came out with his allegations and said, "Oh, by the way, Michael did that to me too." Okay, and both of them are saying that the reason why they waited so long is because when their children was born, is they realized what had happened. Now, mind you, James has 3 kids, so which kid triggered this memories, I don't know. Wade has one child. Now, people are saying, okay, their stories are similar. Well, come on, people, wake up and smell the damn coffee. They got the same lawyer. They went to the same psychiatrist or psychologist. So what? That doesn't mean a damn thing. That doesn't mean a damn thing. That means that they got the story right because a lawyer walked them through it. So I don't. There's only 3 people in the world that knows the truth: Michael, James, and Wade. Up to now, every single allegation, accusation has been proven otherwise. That is not true. They're attacking a guy who's dead, who can't even stand up for himself, who can't even come out and say you're a liar because Michael is gone. The courts, when they first presented their case to the court, the courts itself denied them taking that case to court. The judges said, no, this is not enough. Time restraints and whatever proof they had wasn't enough. The judge said, nah, boom, throw it away. Wade then in return tried wrote a book and couldn't get it published. Couldn't get it published. Now I bet you can get it published now because the media has went crazy. Michael's a pedophile. Michael's this. Michael's that. Mike. Do I find what Michael hanging out with children difficult to swallow? Yeah, I was raised differently. I mean, let me phrase that. I wasn't raised differently. Pretty much, me and Michael was raised the same. Church, mom, dad. But I wasn't a star. I wasn't. You know, my life wasn't in a bubble from the age of 5 to 50. I went outside. I went shopping. I had girlfriends. I made mistakes. I did everything. Mike couldn't even make mistakes. Mike couldn't even fall and break and scratch his knee or get drunk or come home late because that was Michael Jackson. He didn't have no life whatsoever. When you hear Michael and you listen to his videos and you listen to the way he talks, he's a kid, man. He acts like a kid. And Mike just wanted to catch up with his childhood because in his eyes, children are so innocent, and they're you know what's good. You know what it is with children with a person like that is that children are honest. They're going to tell you whether you suck. They're going to tell you if you stink. They're going to tell you, I don't want to talk right now. They're not going to be an adult and kiss your ass because you're Michael Jackson. So I'm going to do what I can to get from you. So yeah, Michael, you're the best friend I've ever had. In the back of their mind, they don't even worry about how much money they can get from him. Children ain't thinking about that. So I don't blame himself for surrounding himself with people who are more trustworthy. But when you live a life like Michael did, what choices do you have? What choices do you really have? I don't see anything right now that's telling me that Michael's guilty. That documentary was was probably the worstest thing I've ever seen on television. It was so graphic. It was, I mean, all they needed to do was put on a couple of kids without no clothes, and it was child porn. And it was practically child porn anyway. I mean, I literally had to turn the TV off and read the Bible because I felt guilty watching the damn thing. Michael is innocent until proven guilty, and up to now, no one's been able to do it. So all these frenzies of media and social media trying to look, man, controversy makes money. The shittier, the more dirtier, the more garbage the story is, the more it sells. Would you buy a magazine if the cover of the magazine was blank? People who live good lives who are boring, people are not going to write about them. No one's going to want to know anything about them. Donald Trump's ratings up because Donald Trump's the craziest president we ever had. So that's why his ratings are through the roof. Look what people are talking about. Yeah, Takashi 6ix9ine, another idiot, but he was controversy. R. Kelly, well, you don't know about that story. Jussie Smollett, look, you mentioned one thing about 50 Cent, and people go all over the place. Snoop Dogg. People have conversations more about dead people than we are people who are alive. If you search right now, the internet, it is flooded with Michael Jackson stories. And if it ain't Michael Jackson, it's Biggie Smalls, it's Tupac, it's Elvis, it's people who are dead. It's intriguing, but that's what sells. That's what makes us get up every day and look forward to what's on the news. When you look at the news, it's the same thing. The other day there was a shooting in New Zealand. 42 people was killed. You open up YouTube, the news feed, it takes you straight to Michael. So it's I myself find Michael to be innocent until proven guilty. No one's been able to do it. I am 100%, and I'm doing this boldly, 100% sure that Michael didn't do anything. Now, I am a believer too. I am a believer. Did Michael Jackson really die? Or did Michael Jackson pull a fast one on all of us? June 25th, 2019. I can't wait for that date to come around. June 25th, 2019. Watch